Hey guys, this video is going to be direct and straight to the point. I know recently I made a commitment to go and upload a video every day, Monday through Friday, and I've been committed to that. And thank you so much for the feedback, by the way. I really appreciate that too. However, today has been a really crazy day. Not only is it my birthday, but there's been a lot going on. We had a video shoot this morning, and then it rained a whole lot. There's a bunch of traffic everywhere. There's just like a whole bunch, and I didn't even work today. I just really kind of went full force into life. Well, I should say I didn't work, but there's just been a lot going on. And I got to cut cake again with my kids. My kids wanted to cut cake twice. We did it both on Sunday and again today. But here's my point, and something I did want to share with you before I end the night. And I want to let you know I'm going to update this because I'm going to go a little bit deeper with it. The document I'm about to show you here is something I wrote literally 10 years ago. And I wanted to share with you, I'm just going to read through it line by line, and I'm going to share with you these things because it's an exercise I was taught to do, and I'm going to update it. So I wrote this 10 years ago, and it's called my top 30 before 30. So as I'm reading this to you, I haven't looked at this in 10 years, okay? So let's go through it together. It says, I was on a Delta flight recently, and I had this thought. What are the coolest things to me that I have done before I was 30? That gave me an idea to write out my top 30 before I turned 30. I consider every one of these to be blessings, opportunities that God has given me the ability and health to experience. And for that, I'm grateful. Now, actually, the reason why you see hashtags in there is because I know I posted this on social media because I wanted to make that declaration like, hey, this is something I've done in the past 30 years. Now, there are many other items I could have listed here. It was hard to narrow these down to just 30 because I've experienced so much. Let's get into it. Number one, a business degree with a major in marketing. So I have an entrepreneurship degree and my main focus has been marketing. And when I think back to my early education years, I don't have the best GPA. I don't have like this Ivy League. I didn't go to an Ivy League school, and I didn't go to I didn't always was in hot pursuit of the best degree. At that time, there was a few moments in my life where I did think that would be the best option. And as I would go through the process, or even when I was enrolled in the university, there's times I've backed out of the classes, I failed the classes. Some I did really well in and excelled in, and then others I just couldn't get through. And so achieving that in my life, at least having that degree with a specific major in marketing, was just a really good feeling. It was really a great feeling because it said, at least I finished something. At least I got to the end. And it was really in something that I really enjoyed. Over the years, I've grown to love, it naturally comes marketing and sales. And it was really good just to have that foundation. However, I would say this, looking back, that the best education I've ever gotten is self-education. And that means I've poured hundreds of thousands of dollars. Actually, one day I'll share a video with you about all the courses and training and coaching and masterminds that I've personally invested in and why I invested in it and how it's impacted my life. Because personally, that non-accredited education and commitment to coaching and masterminds has really impacted my life and changed it for the best. Next, another thing I did before I was 30, I got married to my friend of 16 years. Now, ironically, this is a much deeper story, and I'll share this in a different video. However, one of the things I thought was really interesting, and actually my friends and family thought this too, was everybody thought I was going to get married when I was older, like in my 40s and 50s. Because I was so focused and driven on work and building my different empires I was doing. And a lot of people thought that. So I shocked a lot of people when I got married. I think it was at age 28. And I really had this burning desire to have kids. It was a combination of things. It was one where I felt God was leading me to, one, get deeper in my relationship, in my faith and my testimony, and also marriage was a part of that. So that was really cool. Another thing I did before I turned 30, I went skydiving 3 times. Now, this should be the other way around. Let's start with the walked on fire. Okay, so I actually, at an age of 18 years old, I went to a Tony Robbins event. If you've heard in my other videos how my experience with Tony Robbins or what I've gone through in those early stages of my life, when I went to one of his events, the first time I went, I walked across fire, and that completely changed my life. Like, it was everything. It was the linchpin to who I am today. And I say that with so much confidence and belief that I would say to anyone, you got to do this. For me, overcoming fear and breaking through fear can be different for many people. Some people, it's walking across fire. Other people, it's just writing it down and facing the fear and maybe declaring it. However, for me at that time, it was the most groundbreaking thing that I needed to do. And when I did it, it changed everything, because after that, I went bungee jumping and skydiving and a whole bunch of things. I actually asked a girl out. It was just a bunch of things that really impacted my life and the trajectory of my future. So walking across fire was the first one, and then I did skydiving. That was really cool. I went parasailing for the first time in Jamaica. I went jet skiing so many times, I lost count of that. So that was really great, doing those things. And I got to do it in the coolest places, from Aruba, the Bahamas, Jamaica. I mean, I've done it in the Atlantic Ocean. I've lost count of how many times I've been jet skiing, and it's probably my favorite water sport. I feel like I've grown up on the ocean, or some like rivers that connect to the ocean. I feel like I've always been around water my entire life, but jet skiing has always been one of my favorites of all the activities. I've traveled to over 25 countries and rising. I've probably added another 10 or 12 countries since then. That's cool. I did close my first real estate deal when I was 20. Yep, I closed my first real estate deal. That was life-changing financially. That, to me, when I closed those deals, actually there was 2 deals close like 1 week apart. I made about $18,000. That, although it didn't cover my debt at the time, that really made an impact on how I was going to earn a living for the rest of my life. It really changed my belief of not only what I could do in business, but in what money is and what money can do and how fast you can make it. Okay. And that was life-changing. In a different video, I'll share with you some of that, the differences of slow money and fast money. Not get rich quick. I don't believe in that, but you do need to get rich faster, because we only allotted so much time in this life. So if you've seen my previous video about, the inevitable taxes and death, then you'll get my point here of why it's important you need to make money faster. All right. Number 9, when I made $1 million, that was groundbreaking for me. I did that around 25 years old, and I'm still on the hunt for that journal that I had. I had a journal when I wrote this in, and I left it in Uganda for some time. But anyway, there was a journal entry that I had, and I hope one day I can find it again. But there was a journal entry that I had of how it felt and how I was happy and yet depressed at the same time. It was a very unique feeling. And if you've crossed $1 million, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then I hope you don't have that same feeling, which is a feeling of like, oh, is that all there is? And then another feeling of, that was cool. So we can talk more about that maybe in a different video, especially if you never crossed to the $1 million mark. I'll tell you what, it's the hardest thing to do, but once you get there, it's so much easier to make money. But let's dive on that in a different topic, okay? Next, I started a real estate coaching company. I did that before I was 30. That was really cool. I've been doing, that was 2009. 2009 is when I launched my consulting company. I became an international speaker before I was 30. That was really cool. One of my favorite things to do was impact a crowd, not only just stories, but motivational talks, but really to inspire someone to say, look, like I even said it today, everything you want is on the opposite side of fear. And when you let that seep in, and when you say that out loud to yourself, that everything you want is just on the opposite side of fear, when you learn how to manage fear in your life and learn how to overcome it and have breakthroughs, everything else is possible. All right, next, sold products from stage. I have my own products. I actually sold other people's products from stage as a speaker, but I also sold my own products from stage, which was a huge learning experience and fun and so rewarding. And I'll share more on that. By the way, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, or if you want to know more about specific things on this list, just shoot it in the comments, and then maybe I'll just jump in a deeper video about it. Okay, then I bought a fishing boat. Yeah, I used to be very into fishing. I used to read Bassmaster magazine, and then I enrolled in some tournaments. And I used to love to go fishing on Saturdays with my dad. So I remember buying that boat. It was $600 at was it Costco? I think it was Sam's Club. Sam's Club. It was $600 like a plastic boat. I remember doing that. That was so great. It was I think I was 16 years old at that time. if you want to know more about how I got that money at that age, I could do a video on that. Started my real estate company when I was 20. Yes. So I kind of alluded to that earlier when I said I closed my first real estate deal when I was 20. Yep. Lived 4 places in the world. Yeah. So that's cool. Did that before I was 30. Traveled with my family. I was able to do that. One of the most memorable experiences that I had about doing this was when I did 6-month European tour. And I was inspired by some other people on YouTube and how to like do this and I didn't get so much into the details, but I told myself I was literally just going to fly to a destination and use Google Maps throughout the entire process. And at that time, Google had another app called, I'm not really sure the name of it. I know they closed it down since then, but if you look in my playlists under travel, I talk about this series called Going Euro, and there was an app that Google had that I used at the same time with Google Maps. And that's all we used. We looked through reviews, we looked at locations. So we did that for 6 months, and that was really cool. I was able to do that. And we've traveled so many places, by the way, but that was just one of the 6 months out of many, many traveling experiences. And these days now, what I do, well, it's a whole new level. So I think I'm going to save that. I'll share with you what I do now traveling with my family. I'll share it in the next video of the top things I did before I was 40. So I'll share that real soon. So next is created 2 proven business success formulas. These are really cool. These are foundational for me, not only helpful for me, but they've been foundational, but they've really helped a lot of other entrepreneurs who really want to like grow their business and make it work. So that was really cool. Next is I wrote my first book. I wrote 3 books, but I wrote my first book before I was 30. So actually, I should probably change that, as I wrote a few books before that time, and created my first success home study program. Yeah, I can't say it was great or I had all these thousands of sales, but it was a good run. It was a great way to actually into the business. It was my first course I ever sold, and we still sell it to this day. It's actually even being sold on eBay. I noticed that some people who bought it from me years ago was reselling it online. So that was really cool. Anyway, I headlined a song and a rock show. Yeah, that was really cool. I don't know if you know this, but I used to be a singer. Not anymore. This voice is not something worth listening to. But I used to be a singer in a few different bands. In my early years, I used to be not a punk rocker, but I was really into it's called inspirational metal. So I know you're probably thinking like, what, Nathan, really? Yeah, I've liked a lot of different genres of music, but one of them was inspirational metal, which had like these deep core emotional meanings to the song and would build people up. Now, if you're probably thinking like metal music, you could be thinking Ozzy Osbourne, you could be thinking of Metallica, and you could be thinking dark stuff. But actually the music that I was involved in was inspirational. So it was like you're in the slump, but this message is going to pull you up. So that was really cool. So did that. And then, so headlined a song and a rock show. Yeah, the reason why it was headlined a song, it was because the song I wrote. And my buddy produced it, my buddy Dave. So that was really cool. Next was watch Jaromir Jagr play live. This was an amazing experience, by the way. So my ex actually, I always talk about my ex. So my ex actually is the one who made this happen. It was an amazing experience. I grew up loving Jaromir Jagr, Pittsburgh Penguins. Well, he's played for a lot of other teams, but was my favorite hockey player and still is. I have a bunch of his memorabilia and a whole bunch of stuff. So this guy was like the guy for me and still is. However, I had never seen him live except when I went to watch him. My ex is the one who organized this event, and it was so cool to see him live. It was like life-changing for me. It's just like that thing, the person you always see on TV, and then all of a sudden you see them in person and you see them perform. That was really cool. Next, scored a goal in my first hockey game. Yeah, actually, that was really cool. That was a great experience. I'm actually looking back at these and saying, okay, why was this so memorable? Why was this so important? But it actually made a big impact in me, because I remember I played ice hockey for many years, but it was scoring a goal in my first hockey game that gave me a whole bunch of confidence that I could actually play this sport, because I'm not really good in sports. And, I think back to some memories when I played like baseball and that didn't go so well, and then playing ice hockey. So that actually gave me a lot of confidence in playing the game. So that was really cool. Next, flew a plane 2 times. So that's, of course, I'm going to do another video where I add to this and maybe I'll change them up a little bit, but I flew a plane many more times. Actually, I was in a helicopter today. So, but not flying the helicopter. Let's make that clear. I've been in planes and helicopters, but flying a plane, I've done numerous times. So I'll think back to that and update that as well. I did run for public office. I ran for public office for city council. That was fun. I won a general election, but then I lost in a primary election. So that was a very interesting experience. And I did that, and was encouraged to do that after I was voted president of the school that I got my degree in. So that was really cool. Student body president in college. So I think those should be probably reversed. But yeah, I ran for student body president in college. Another thing that was really cool, I coached millionaire business experts. That was like crazy. Let me tell you why this made such an impact on my life. Growing up, I told you my education was a bit scattered when I was younger, and I didn't have the highest GPA, but I did a lot of personal development and self-education. So a lot of the books that I was reading at the time were personal development, business, sales, and marketing. And literally, I'm so glad and humbled that at that age, I was so gullible to literally whatever I read, I believed, and I went out and applied it. And so I was a student of this information. And then eventually these experts and authors became my clients, which was really, really cool. Next thing I did was oh my gosh, a sweet baby girl. Brooklyn is my first daughter. I did that before I was 30. Yes, now I have more kids, which is great. Co-host a radio show. Yes, I did that. That was a good time in my life. Started a nonprofit education. Yeah, Fearless Education. No longer in existence right now. But yeah, that was really cool. I started a nonprofit, and I'm actually starting another one to help children with education in Uganda, just a different name and a different mission. So that's really cool. And that's coming out soon. And then Baptized for My Faith, like out of all this, like I can literally pick out like 3 things in this list that matter the most. And this is one of them. Baptized for My Faith is one because it's another change the trajectory of what you believe and what your mission is, what you're going for. I think of that one as like Walking on Fire as another one. And then probably number 3, I have to say another big one. Walking Across Fire. Skydiving was really impressive. Like it was really life-changing because what you have to do mentally to go skydiving is life-changing. But I keep thinking about that and having my first kid. Like that is life-changing. So there's some key elements in there. Of course, these all make up to who the person that I am today. But those are some really linchpins that really kind of change everything and take you to a whole nother level. So listen, with that being said, guys, this is let me just close this out by saying I decided to share this list not to impress anyone because I could care less what people think about me. My hope is this, to help me continue to stay on the path of my calling in life with the little time that I have left, and that you might find inspiration. No matter your age, your education, income, or style, know that you can achieve what you put down on paper. Cheers to the dawn of a brighter day. To a million, Nathan Amaral. And I can't tell you enough how powerful and how it's so critical to your growth and success in life to put what you want in life on paper. Like to put it there, make it big, post it up, follow it. I'll share more of that in different videos. But for now, I share these things with you, not to impress you. I really, deep down inside, if you're a hater, I don't really care. If you're a lover, then I hope you find some inspiration out of this to get out there and do what you want to do. And all of these things I was able to do because I learned how to discover what fears were holding me back. And once you discover what those are, and you know how to get around it. So once you master and manage fear in your life, you're able to gain more clarity, build your confidence, and get more cash flow. I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions about any of the things I mentioned, just throw it in the comments. All right, see you later.